Calisthenics session. Welcome to another episode of Jaybird TV. So today I'm going to be doing some calisthenic exercises that I've been working on for the last few months. Quarantine has definitely been tough, but thankfully bodyweight exercises can be performed really anywhere. So I'm going to be doing some of the most difficult exercises I'm working on, starting with the max front lever hold. The front lever is an isometric exercise where you are holding yourself in a straight line, really primarily utilizing your lats. It's also extremely core intensive too. The front lever is an exercise that I've been in love with for a long time, and 14 seconds, not too bad. I've been really pumped to work on that. My previous record was 8 seconds, so definitely seeing some gains there. So I typically will split up my push and pull exercises into different days, but today I'm just doing a little more of testing myself to see where I'm at, working on some handstand push-ups here. So handstand push-ups have been something that I've wanted to unlock for a really long time. I think they look so cool and it's just an awesome move. It's hard for me, the balance is a bit tough. It is a little easier using parallettes there because my wrist flexibility isn't as much of an issue, but as you see, I'm not really in a perfectly straight line. I have a little bit of what they call a banana handstand, where I compensate for lack of flexibility by kind of arching my back. You always do need to have your back engaged, but I want to keep working on my mobility and flexibility. Now, as you see here, I do have some strength in this motion, but it's a little bit tough for me to really keep the balance and push hard. Even against the wall, I'm not able to rep out any more than maybe 8 to 10 clean reps if I'm really focusing on form. I tend to not go down all the way on every attempt too. So pretty happy with the progress I've made, but definitely feeling a little impatient. I really want to master that exercise and crank out 10 to 15 clean freestanding handstand push-ups. So here we're going to look at my back lever. This is something I really never practice, so in a way I was pretty happy with how this went, but as you see, I'm not in a perfectly straight line and I kind of tilt up there even more. I don't have a great reference for where good form is, even though I hit it right here. So my actual record might have been 3 seconds there. I think I could do much better, but fun to see how that's coming along. One arm pull-ups, this is a little closer to home for me. I'm not as good at them on a bar as I am some really good holds, like a jug for example, but training on a bar is excellent whenever you want to gain more power. So just seeing how those go. I've been working more on one-arm chin-ups, which has been really nice because it's given me some more bicep strength and power. So here looking at my L-sit to handstand. So the L-sit, of course, where you're primarily using the core and oh, what an attempt. Oh, what am I doing, fam? So the L-sit, really engaging the core and the triceps, and then as you rock back, you're starting to really engage more of the shoulder and the back, and then hopefully lifting into a handstand and maintaining it. It's once again easier on parallettes, I find, just because you have more distance off the ground. So there, I oftentimes, when doing handstand push-ups and L-sit to handstand, I don't get my legs far enough over my head and fall out of it. They're a pretty clean one. I fly back down, which is kind of fun. See a surprise look to my face. And yeah, just happy to get one really. But here I'm going to shift gears and just go for a max handstand hold. So just seeing how long I can maintain the handstand for. I'm pretty happy I can do this on parallettes now. Even though I've been saying it's easier, the handstand itself is a bit easier on the ground because you can spread your fingers. You have a little more surface area to balance. So happy that I can even hold it on the parallettes now. And just going for one on the ground as well. I do think I could do much longer on the handstand holds. I think I was actually fatigued more than anything. Typically rest more in between these exercises, but I was just so hype. I was trying to execute all of these, and Kate was filming me, so just kind of out of respect for her time, I was just kind of hitting these all back to back. Interesting to do push and pull in one workout. So here going for some L-sit to front lever. Unfortunately, as you see there, I dropped my feet down, so the L-sit isn't as clean as I thought. And you know what Osvaldo Lugones would say about that.
always remember that good form always comes first.
Oh jeez, really need to keep that form better. Happy I can lift up into it and get into the front lever form for a second, but didn't realize my legs dropped down so far. So here I'm going to start working on, it's a negative movement, so I'm going to kick up into handstand here. And from handstand, I'm going to try and descend into the bottom of a handstand push-up, and then actually go into a bent arm planche. So pretty tough. This will help me start to unlock the press, where I would be able, or in this case with the bent arms, a 90-degree push-up, where I actually come down, and if I was really good, I'd be able to hold it and go back up, which is just BA. So here, just going for a straddle planche, seeing how I'm coming along there. Getting closer, as you can see, my feet are almost off the ground, but my tendons are definitely still thickening up, and I'm still making some strides in that. So here I'm doing the same movement as before, handstand, but I'm going into straddle. And it's actually easier because your legs are spread out and your weight's distributed just a little bit differently. So it feels a lot easier to do. So once again, I move that box. That's a box. So coming down here and spreading my legs out, I'm able to come down and just hold that for a second at the bottom. So that's really exciting. That's a newer movement for me. Don't have the cleanest form yet, but psyched. So here I'm just gonna go for 2 burnouts, just pull-ups and push-ups. I really do not do a lot of endurance these days. I pretty much just do type 2 muscle fiber movements, really explosive stuff, doing things like front lever holds and whatnot. But yeah, I don't really do just a bunch of pull-ups or push-ups. So I was just kind of curious to see where I was at and wanted to give that a shot and just see how good my endurance is. So pretty happy. I do have good form here. I had a video during quarantine previous where I tried to do as many as I could in 30 seconds, and I got 25, which is pretty awesome. It is a lot easier to just kind of do it dynamically and fly up there. So here, trying to exercise a little more control, and as a result, definitely feeling a lot more. I've been really trying to work on pulling my scapulas back and down on my pull-ups and not just relying on my forearms. So I believe that's just about 20 there. Pretty happy with that. And here, just going for push-ups burnout. It's always great to do push-ups, especially when I'm working on all this planche training. So here, just seeing how many I can get, trying to keep in clean form. I'm not really coming to the complete full push-up where I am pushing my scapulas down. And instead, I'm kind of keeping them a little bit retracted and just pushing with my arms. But I really felt this kick in. I did do these right after pull-ups and all these other exercises, but no excuses. Should be absolutely cranking these out, doing so much body weight stuff. So you can see me starting to slow to a halt here, and the push-ups is going to be the last thing I'm doing in this video. So really happy to be posting something and just give you guys a little update on what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and look forward. I will be posting another home wall climbing video soon.